Hello, and welcome to Nanny Cooks from Branson, Missouri. I'm so glad that you are joining us today, and I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. It was a different Thanksgiving for a lot of us, but you know what I found out? I found out as long as I could be with any of my friends and family, or at least talk to them on the phone or FaceTime them, that it was a good day. I've got some recipes for you today that I hope you don't end up saying yuck. I call these say what recipes. These are recipes that we've used in our family for years and have become classics to us. The first one I want to show you is, I've already prepared it for you because we had some for our Thanksgiving dinner, so I just made an extra one. This is called Hominy Casserole. And a lot of you would say, ew, hominy. Hominy is just puffed up corn. It's a way that our ancestors used to preserve it for the winter, for good eating. Now I remember as a kid at school, anytime they would serve a hominy in the cafeteria, I would get everybody's hominy because nobody liked it but me. So, but now, like I said, this is something that we have every year for Thanksgiving and for Christmas, and I think I would be kicked out of the family if I didn't serve this. It is just hominy, jack cheese, sour cream, and green chilies. You stir that up together, put it in the oven for about 30 minutes, and serve it piping hot. I will have this recipe posted for you, so I hope you will try it and not say what? Alrighty, now I have another recipe for you today that might be a say what. This is fried mush. Now, again, a lot of people might say yuck, mush, but you know, mush is cornmeal and water, basically what it is. And you know, there's a highfalutin dish that's served in a lot of highfalutin restaurants that's made of cornmeal and water. You know what that is? It's called polenta. It's the same thing. But today, we're going to make cornmeal mush. Now, my father-in-law, he always used this recipe, so this is passed down from him. Now, he was a career major in the Army, and he flew planes, and everything he did was very precise. After he retired and he had a garden, he would get his tape measure and level out, and as he would put his tomato stakes up, he would level it, and then he'd measure them all the same heights. And you know that old saying, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree? Old hubby's the same way. In fact, his nickname is Mr. Picky. But this recipe is very easy to make. We use yellow cornmeal, and of course, the better the cornmeal, the better your mush will be. I like to grind my own corn, but it's not necessary. Just get a good quality yellow cornmeal from the store. And the night before, I mixed some cornmeal and cold water and salt, and I put it in a pan, and I cooked that for about 10 minutes. Then I put it in a loaf pan, let it chill all night, and I've cut some slices off of here, but you can see what it looks like. It's very congealed, and it slices very easy. Now, right here, I'm cooking some of the cornmeal mush in just a little bit of oil. It doesn't take a lot, but I want to show you one trick. I'll turn these over real quick. If you put this slice of cornmeal mush in this hot grease, it will start popping and splattering, and you'll think you've gone to war. So what I always do before I put it in the hot grease is I just roll it around in a little bit of flour and then put it in the grease. It takes about 5 minutes on each side, and I'm going to take a couple of these up and let them drain a little bit. Now you can make them as crispy as you want. My husband, he likes his very crispy. Okay, I'll set this to the side. Turn these over to drain them a little more. You can see them here. Now I'm going to transfer these to a plate. I hope you can see this okay. I'm going to put a couple of slices of butter on them while they're still hot. The lights also soften my butter. Pour on some maple syrup. And serve this with some of our fresh cured bacon that we make. This is a good Sunday night supper. It's good for breakfast. It's very economical too. So I hope you'll try this, and you just won't look at this recipe and say what? Alrighty. Now then, the star of the show today is another so what recipe, and this is called mayonnaise cake. This recipe was given to me a long time ago by a dear friend of mine in Casserole, Missouri. Her name is Carol House. Carol shared this recipe with us. We've had it for years and years, and my husband thinks he has to have it every year for his birthday cake. So I'm going to, first, I'm going to take up a piece and show you what it looks like. And this is Miracle Whip Cake. Now, some people call it mayonnaise cake, and I might have said that sometime during this, but Carol always used Miracle Whip for it. This is what it looks like. It's nice and chocolatey and rich. My husband likes it with just a little bit of powdered sugar on it, and it makes a great dessert. Now, another way you might fix it, if you have any of these little skillets or little bowls that are oven proof, you can put it in there and then take it out of the oven when it's finished and serve it with ice cream. That's really good too. So I'm going to show you how we're going to put this together today, because like I said, it's the star of the show. Now, our number 3 granddaughter, her name is McKenna, and she's always been a super picky eater. Well, I served this cake one day for dessert when they were over at the house. And her brother, who likes to aggravate her every chance he gets, he knew it was a Miracle Whip cake. And he knew that if we told McKenna it was a Miracle Whip cake, that she wouldn't eat it. So we gave her a nice piece of cake, and she loves chocolate, so she just started scarfing it down. And her brother just sat right next to her until the last bite. And when the last bite was in her mouth, her brother said, "McKenna, that was a Miracle Whip cake." And you would have thought that we had poisoned her. So that's a good family story that we tell a lot. But let's get busy here and make this cake. I'm just going to stir it up for you and show you how it's done. I have put 2 cups of flour, a cup of sugar, about 5 tablespoons of cocoa, and 2 teaspoons of soda, and mixed it up in this bowl. You don't need a mixer for this. Now then, the next thing I'm going to add, I've already measured out my Miracle Whip. I'm going to add a cup of Miracle Whip to that. Then I'm going to add a cup of cold water that I have also put a teaspoon of vanilla in. And that's it. All you do is stir this up good. Put it in a prepared pan that you have put some kind of oil in the pan. And you bake it for 30 minutes. It's really good to serve warm, or it's good cold and it stays really moist. Now then, I'm going to finish stirring this up. I'm not going to put it in the pan and take up room in the pan or in the video today for that, but you can see how easy that was to make. So try it for your family and don't tell them it's Miracle Whip. Or like I said, you could also use mayonnaise if you want to. Now, my friend Carol, she's a feisty little thing. She can play the piano like no one I have ever seen or heard. And two, she was kind enough to share this recipe with us. And so we think of her every time that we have this cake. Well, I hope you've enjoyed these recipes today, and don't just snarl your nose up at them. You might try them. And I've got a real treat for you on our next video. We are going to make chili base. Every year, my daughter and I, and sometimes some of the granddaughters, make batches of chili base that will serve our family for the entire winter. We can this, and then all you have to do is add a pound of cooked hamburger and a can of pinto beans, and you've got a meal. So I hope you'll join us for the next video, and we'll show you how to make this chili base. So be kind. Enjoy this holiday season. Find the good in things. And we'll see you the next time. Bye-bye. And we're out.